Next video. What color should I paint? If only there was some inspiration right in front of me. So, the Blood Angels, everyone's favourite blonde space vampires. These guys have been around since Warhammer 2nd edition and are the source of some of the best art and lore in the setting. I could make a joke about Blood Angel fans like I did with the Night Lords, but I won't beat a dead horse. Their ornate armour and unique aesthetic is going to make for a fun kitbash, so I decided to go for a lieutenant using whatever I have on hand yet again. Alright, let's get into the kitbash. For this miniature, I'll be using an old Space Marine intercessor from a miniature of the month a while back. Ignore the paint, we'll be taking that off later. So I begin by dipping into my bits box and pull out a bag of heads. Maybe the Night Lord video did have an effect on me. Anyway, I'm looking for a backpack for the Blood Angel. Blood Angels are innate, but also love jump packs to fly straight into enemy lines, so I'll take out one for now. Then a Mark 6 backpack, and a regular backpack. While I was doing this, I got the idea to make this lieutenant carrying a banner. So I went to get my, yeah, it's hard to tell through all the paint, but this is a Mark 6 Space Marine kit. I used it as a paint palette ages ago. Dark times. So let's get this banner backpack. And now the banner. I really like the Horus Heresy kits. The detail of the models are awesome, and it's so cool to see these old armor marks get updated. My only complaint is they're all monopose, and there's not much easy customization. Now let's build the banner backpack. First I clean up the edges, now to glue them together. Always put the cover back on your knife. The amount of times I've accidentally pricked myself is, a bit embarrassing. Alright, now that's done, we have all the backpacks laid out, we'll decide on one later. Now to strip this Marine down. I carefully and respectfully take him apart. I then fill the glass with isopropyl alcohol. This is an industrial strength alcohol, which strips the paint off of plastic minis. While the alcohol eats the paint, I'll put on my dramatic lore voice and tell you the Blood Angel story. The Blood Angels, the 9th Legion of Space Marines, originally dubbed the Revenant Legion, were known for their animalistic and brutal displays during battle, as well as their relentless bloodlust. This all changed, however, when their leader and Primarch Sanguinius was discovered on the irradiated world of Baal. Born with wings resembling an angel, but also great power and wisdom to match, he transformed the 9th Legion into warriors of honor, channeling their rage into artistry. In his honor, they were renamed the Blood Angels. However, the Blood Angels bear a dark curse, the red thirst, an insatiable craving for blood, and the black rage, a madness where the afflicted become insane berserkers, killing anything in sight. This curse stems from the death of Sanguinius when he gave his life at the end of the Horus Heresy, being brutally slain by Horus himself. The afflicted of the Black Rage relive the moment of their Primarch's brutal end perpetually, which is what causes their madness. These mad Blood Angels are inducted into the Death Company, a collection of Black Rage-inflicted Marines who are released onto the battlefield in the most dire of circumstances, where nothing can be left to live. Despite their tragic legacy, the Blood Angels continue to serve the Imperium in the modern setting. Their current leader, Chapter Master Dante, has served them for over 1,500 years, making him one of the oldest Space Marines. He wears the death mask of Sanguinius, a helmet which has been crafted in the Primarch's image with the face in a perpetual scream of rage. Dante leads the Blood Angels whilst carrying the burden of defending half of the galaxy, which was a task bestowed upon him by Rebuke Guilliman after his resurrection. Dante, and by extent the Blood Angels, truly stand as a beacon of hope and sacrifice in the grim darkness of the far future. Alright, that should be enough time. I take an alcohol-soaked toothbrush and start scraping the paint off. It quickly flakes off but makes a mess in the glass, but that's okay, as some alcohol will take that right off. Industrial strength alcohol. Maybe just one sip. Oh, is anyone seeing double? Perfect, now the body is done. Let's look at the resin bits I've collected for this dude. A helmet, 2 Blood Angel shoulder pads, a wiggly
Flamberge.
a shoulder shield, and a hip plate. These bits will help accentuate the Blood Angel Lieutenant's ornate armour. I'm now going to clip off the bolt pistol and sword arm from a Primaris Lieutenant sprue. I'm doing this so this Blood Angel can be played legally on the tabletop, with simple weapons. The arms also have a little golden design on them, as well as the nice pearls on the sword arm. Now that's done, let's replace this boring power sword blade with the
Flamberge.
I snip off the blade, then I scrape it down to a flat surface. Now I snip off the handle of the
Flamberge.
Perfect. Now let's glue it on. Cool, that looks great, but I'd like a second opinion. Let's ask a Blood Angel. Oh, wait, that's a Death Company Blood Angel. Let's ask their leader Dante instead.
You probably shouldn't drink industrial alcohol.
I agree. You should stop drinking it.
Titus, go away, this isn't your video. And don't encourage him, Dante. I know what I'm doing. Oh, my head. Now, answer the question.
Okay then, disregard my warning. I think it looks good, just don't bother me again. I am rather busy saving half of the galaxy.
Alright. Keep your screamy weird helmet on. Back to the Kitbash. Time to clip the arms off and any of the body bits we don't need. Snip, snip, and... Ugh, maybe I am drunk, because I accidentally snipped off practically the whole right side of this Space Marine. Unfortunately, there's no way to obscure the damage done. This is annoying.
I told you so.
Titus, I'm going to pour this alcohol. Well, it's not the mistakes you make, it's how you resolve them, that's my motto. I'll just have to save this body for a later Kitbash where I can obscure the damage. For now, I'll just have to dip into my Assault Intercessor's box for a new body. Let's begin snipping. I clean the parts up and glue them together. That looks okay. Time to glue the arms on now. Next, I'm decorating him with some charms. He's a lieutenant after all. And also a holster for his pistol. Now to stick the backpack on. Hey, this is looking pretty good. Now it's time for some resin bits. I begin by gluing on his shoulder pads. I got all these bits from Archie's Forge in a mystery box, and they're super high quality. And perfect. Now to glue on the tilted shield. As well as a decoration, these shields are a mark of honor among Space Marines. I then clip off a part of the old hip plate and glue on a new one on top. I only have one of these, so I'll have to obscure the plain design of the other hip plate with purity seals. I carefully position and glue these on. Now, finally, time for the head. Alright, he's done. We'll have a proper look at him after I tidy this mess up. Wow, he's looking great. What do you think, Dante?
It looks good.
Is that all?
That is all.
Well, thanks for your riveting input, Dante. Anyway, now he's done, it's time to move on to the base. I have a lot of leftover foam from my last Kitbash, the Night Lord's diorama, so I might as well dip back into that. I cut the shape out with my knife and, ooh, what's this? Actual tools! Yeah, so after using a bread knife and a cheese grater last video, I thought I'd buy an actual Dremel. Sure, it's just a cheap one, but having one is better than not. I start by sanding away excess foam and giving it a better shape with the saw attachment. I wouldn't recommend using a Dremel above a cloth material like I did. Next time, I'll be using a flat, hard surface as the Dremel can catch in the cotton. While I'm working away at the shape, let's have a look at some models I've built and painted recently. First up, we have this Horus Heresy Terminator Captain. Then, we have this 40k Tyranid Prime. I just started a new Tyranid army based on High Fleet Behemoth, and this guy was a lot of fun to build and paint. Finally, we have this Chapter Ancient in Terminator armor. I've only just built him, but I'm very happy with him. I kitbashed him from the new Terminator Captain kit, and made him into a Tyrannic War veteran with a classic Stormbolter. His banner is made from a plastic pole and a resin knight flag. Hopefully next video I'll have this dude painted up. If you want any of your art or models featured in the next video, feel free to message me on Instagram from my bio. This community is amazing, and I want to help show your hard work on art and on your minis. Now I start by sanding the sides of the cutout to match better with the base. Oh, this foam dust is clogging my throat. I'm gonna have a drink of the alcohol to clear it up. Ooh. This Dremel is really useful. I'm very glad I got it. It definitely beats the bread knife. This Blood Angel will be charging his way across cracked ground with blood flowing in between. Think of those cracked deserts, but more grimdark. So I start to cut the cracked pattern out of the foam using my hobby knife. Now I glue the foam onto the base, making sure they're spaced apart enough for the blood to be visible underneath. I then use the Dremel again to clean up the sides and make sure there's not too much foam hanging over the base. Now I glue some rocks to make it more dynamic. And also for the lieutenant to stand on, so he's more upright. And awesome. That's looking cool. Alright, Dante, what do you think? And can you give me a more detailed answer this time? Dante? I wonder where he is.
I think it looks good.
Thanks, Titus, and sorry about the alcohol.
It's okay. My eyes feel much better now.
You know what time it is? It's cleanup time. It's not Halloween anymore, but I still fear this. This time was more annoying, as the foam dust was much more fine and small, but I got it out of the red sheet eventually. Alright, he's looking good. Now let's paint him up and see how he comes out. Awesome, a true Knight of the Blood. I enjoyed painting full red armor. I've never done it before and it was a nice chance to experiment. The gold details really make the armor look ornate, and the banner was fun to paint as well. I would like to thank everyone watching this video. The support you've given me has been awesome, and more than I could have asked for. Christmas is also coming up, so I'm excited to do a festive themed video next that I hope you all enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.